Hello everyone, welcome to another exciting episode of Dayspring Discussions. I'm your host Sean McGahee, and this is a show where we talk about movies, TV, sci-fi, fantasy, comic books. If you geek out about it, we're going to talk about it. You can listen to Dayspring Discussions on iTunes, YouTube, Podomatic, and Patreon, and contact Dayspring Discussions on the Facebook group, Twitter account, and dayspringdiscussions@gmail.com. Well, happy Thursday, everyone. It is a sunny day here in Austin, Texas. Hope you all are enjoying your week. Of course, yesterday, New Comic Day came out Wednesday. I'm about halfway through reading this week's comics. Maybe I'll get to them tonight. I'm not quite sure. I'm actually going to take my daughter to Six Flags here within the next hour, which means I'm recording this. I'll take her to Six Flags, come back and probably edit and get this all posted sometime Thursday evening. We'll wait and see about that. And then hopefully maybe I can read the rest of my comics tonight. I still haven't gone all the way through the Avengers Infinity War Blu-ray. I watched the special features. I still want to go through the director's commentary with the Russo brothers. I love their commentary on Captain America Civil War, so I'm very interested to see what they have to say about Avengers Infinity War. Okay, housekeeping stuff before the news, guys. First off, speaking of commentary, of course, my last podcast was about Voltron. Now, for those of you who haven't hopped onto the Voltron.com website yet, they've got something that they posted a couple weeks ago, I think it was right around Comic-Con, called Form Podcast. And what it is producers, writers, cast members of Voltron going through and doing a commentary on each episode. I went and watched the commentary on the first episode of Voltron Legendary Defender. Not too bad. I'm not sure when I'll get to do the rest of them, but they do one maybe once a week or a couple of weeks. I'm not sure. I've only watched the first episode, but again, if you like Voltron, I recommend go and check it out. Basically, you just play the episode and then you play the audio along with it. I usually keep the subtitles up on the screen just so I can read some of the dialogue while I'm listening to the commentary, but that's something for you guys to go check out. Other stuff that is cool, we got a couple of cool events that are coming up. So first off, looks like Hasbro has announced there's going to be a National Power Rangers Day to celebrate the 25th anniversary of the series, and they're asking all Power Ranger fans to dress up in colors of their favorite Rangers and then post them on social media with the hashtag National Power Rangers Day. Now, Hasbro recently acquired the full rights of Power Rangers from Saban, and they're hoping to do a couple of cool things with it. Right now, currently, Boom Comics is publishing a massive comic book storyline to commemorate the 25th anniversary called Shattered Grid. And on top of that, Hasbro has also confirmed that it is looking to produce a sequel to the 2017 film Power Rangers, which didn't do great at the box office. I saw it and it was better what I thought it was going to be. I'd be interested in seeing a sequel, so I'm interested to see what they're going to do with that. But that's National Power Ranger Day that's coming up, guys. Another day that might interest you is Batman Day. That's right. Back in 2014, DC started Batman Day to celebrate the 75th anniversary of The Dark Knight. Now, the festivities at local comic book stores are going to include free first chapters of the acclaimed Batman White Knight, which if you haven't read that, I highly recommend it. Really good. You got the all-ages Batman, a lot of Little Gotham, and a preview of Batman Damned. And of course, this is all going to be leading up to next year's big event, which is the 80th anniversary of the character and the 1000th issue of Detective Comics. Batman first appeared in Detective Comics number 27 back in 1939. This year was the 1000th issue of Action Comics, where Superman premiered in issue number 1. I did a whole day with it. Me and my friend Josh, we went to the comic store to get the 1000th issue. We watched Superman movies, drank kryptonite, had pizza. It was a great time. Josh, being the bigger Batman fan, said that he is going to host next year's Batman event, and I'm going to hold him to that. So get ready for that stuff, guys. That's going to be happening. Now in Austin this weekend, something cool is going to be happening, is that Mondo Gallery off of Guadalupe is going to be celebrating the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with Heroes in a Half Shell. Now, it's going to be a display of art of those turtles, and it's going to be from August 17th through the 25th. You can actually buy the art, but there's a special opening Friday from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. And then on Saturday morning, there's going to be a special family event where kids can come, get their face painted, have pizza, and do stuff like that, which seems pretty cool. I might take my daughter Nora to go do that. If not, I'm definitely going to check out the gallery and maybe pick up 1 or 2 pieces of Ninja Turtle art. So if you're in the Austin area, like I said, that's on the Mondo Gallery off Guadalupe Street. It's going to be running basically for a week, so go check that out, guys. Okay, I think that concludes all the housekeeping items. Now let's get to the real news. So before I was about to do the show, I was online, just looking for recent stuff, and I saw that a new trailer for Iron Fist Season 2 dropped. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through some of the original stuff I was planning on going through, and then if I get to Iron Fist, I'll get to it. If not, I'll save it for next week's episode, because sometimes I have trouble filling time. I don't know, but I'll try to get to it. I'll run through these first couple stories, and then we'll see if we get to Iron Fist. So, starting off, looks like CBS All Access has found its Spock. They announced that Ethan Peck, grandson of the iconic Gregory Peck, will star as Spock in Season 2 Star Trek Discovery. Now, Spock is known as the half-human and half-Vulcan science officer of the USS Enterprise, and in the Season 2 trailer for Star Trek Discovery, Captain Christopher Pike has mentioned that Spock is currently off on his own journey. In addition to Peck, X-Men star Rebecca Romijn will also be joining the cast of Season 2 as the original number 1. Star Trek Discovery, I checked out the first half of the season. I thought it was okay. If you're a Star Trek fan, definitely stick with it. I think you'll enjoy it. But I kind of dropped off mainly because I wasn't super excited about it, and I got way too many TV shows that I watch. So I didn't watch the second half. Bringing in Christopher Pike, bringing in Spock, these kind of pillars of the Star Trek mythology seems kind of cool to me. I've seen the Season 2 trailer. Maybe I'll try to pick it back up. I doubt it because, like I said, I got a lot of shows that I watch. And unless I'm super excited to watch them, I usually don't do it. But the main character in the show is Burnham. And she is the adopted sister of Spock. So, there's that relationship there. They hinted at it in the trailer. When you got Spock's dad and Spock's sister on the show, it's inevitable that, you have to show Spock at some time. Now, Ethan Peck, aside from being pretty much Hollywood royalty, has a couple credits to his name. He was in the 2011 film with Justin Timberlake, In Time, The Sorcerer's Apprentice with Nicolas Cage, and then he was in the ABC Family TV version of 10 Things I Hate About You. Not an impressive resume by any stretch of the imagination, but I'll give him some credit. He's got some things on the resume that I know about. I can't say I remember him in either of those movies I mentioned. I've seen both those movies. I can't say I really remember him, but in any event, he's going to be there. Spock's going to be there, and we'll just see how it goes, guys. Okay, moving on. Mark Millar announced that he's got his second comic book series sponsored by Netflix. Now, last August, the famous comic book creator signed a deal with Netflix to be a subsidiary of Netflix, Millarworld, and he's been working with Netflix on not only creating content based off things he's previously done, but also creating new comics that are actually published and associated with Image Comics. The first one being The Magic Order that came out a couple months ago. Issue 3 came out this week. Guys, it's pretty twisted, okay? It's that violent, weird, next level storytelling we expect from Miller, yet, it's got that magic twist to it. I mean, really, it's described perfectly as Goodfellas meets Harry Potter. You put those two things together, Godfather meets Harry Potter, whatever. Mobsters meets wizards. It's pretty much what it's all about. It's pretty interesting. It's pretty violent and, intense. So I definitely don't recommend it for little kids. But I'm enjoying it so far. But anyway, Millar announced that he's got his second comic book series coming out called Prodigy. Now, in this one, the series will follow the world's smartest man, Edison Crane, who is also the go-to asset for governments to handle the problems they can't deal with directly to lethal effect. Now, in this one, Millar is going to be teaming up with his old Huck artist, Raphael Albuquerque. Is that how you say it? Albuquerque. You know I'm horrible with names. So anyway, the guy who drew Huck is going to draw this. Millar had this to say, quote, "I gave myself a challenge when I created Prodigy. I wanted to write the smartest thing I've ever written and at the same time top any action set pieces I've ever managed in the past, and I honestly couldn't be happier with how this has turned out. I can't wait to share this with everyone. This really is a beaut, and we're incredibly proud of it." So Prodigy is set to come out December 5th and associated with Netflix and Image Comics. I'm excited for this. Like I said, I'm a big fan of Mark Millar. Everything he's done, Kick-Ass, Kingsman, what else we got here? Superior, Nemesis, Jupiter's Ascending, all that stuff. Is that Ascending? What is it? Jupiter Circle. That's what it is. Sorry. I think I was thinking of the Wachowski movie there for a sec. But I like Mark Millar. I trust everything that he does. I like the Magic Order. I'm very anxious to see what kind of TV and movies they've already announced that they're going to create. We'll see how it goes. Again, I expressed my concerns about that just because of budgetary restrictions, and you want to make sure you pull off those great action pieces that Millar has written, and I'm just hoping Netflix will have the budget for it. But this looks good. If you haven't checked out the Magic Order, go do so right now, guys, and let me know what you think. Next up on the list, there was a little bit of news that dropped last night that Joss Whedon announced that Buffy the Vampire Slayer comic books will no longer be published at Dark Horse Comics, breaking a 20-year relationship between Whedon and the publisher. So the current season 12 arc of the comics will be the last, ending the story with September's issue number 4. In an interview with Comic Book Resources, Whedon said, quote, "Fox is taking the Buffy license and the Firefly license back." He said, quote, "We made sure that the journey wasn't continuing. We wanted to give Dark Horse era some closure. I heard about all this after the fact. It's like Disney taking Star Wars over to Marvel. All of a sudden we realize this is happening, so I'm writing this from a position that will leave everyone in a position where you feel some closure." Now, Dark Horse has been publishing Buffy comics for many years now, ever since the original TV series was on. You even have a comic version of the original Buffy movie script, and then you have the spin-offs such as Angel and the futuristic Frey. When the series ended, they've been publishing the season comics ever since, and season 8 and season 9 I enjoyed. After that, it kind of fell off for me a little bit, but if you're a fan of Buffy, I definitely recommend season 8 and season 9. I'm more of an Angel guy myself too, so I've enjoyed the Angel comics too. But you got to think about this also, is that Fox is about to get bought out by Disney, okay? The shareholders agreed to the deal last month. All you got to go through is a couple government regulations, and then all the Fox properties, such as Buffy and Firefly, will be part of Disney. And of course, Disney has their own publishing company, Marvel. That's what happened when Disney bought Lucasfilm. They started making Star Wars comics over at Marvel. I have no doubt in my mind the same thing will happen with Buffy. But just like Star Wars, I think they're going to keep them separate. I'd be interested to see if they're going to, totally remake the character and just throw away both the series, the TV series, and the comics, or maybe they're going to redo that season 8 again. I don't know, but again, this is kind of all get ahead of ourselves, I guess. It's going to be another year or two before any of this actually comes, because the Fox-Disney deal has to come to a full close first. But I also have no doubt in my mind that this has to do with Fox being bought out by Disney, and they're just getting ready for the deal and possibly, Marvel publishing Buffy comics. When I put this online, I did a hashtag Buffy versus Blade, which I think would be hilarious. Or really, they wouldn't fight. I mean, they're both vampire hunters. I'd like to see her team up with Blade. I think that'd be great. Angel and Blade. Yes, that's what I want to see. I want to see Angel and Blade together fighting vampires. There, I solved it. Now I gotta wait like 3 or 4 years for that to happen. But anyway, guys, you can check out the story on comicbookresources.com and let me know what you think. All right, guys. Well, I think that is it for me today. My daughter is clamoring to get to Six Flags, especially now since last time she discovered the water slides at the water park, and that's her favorite thing. I enjoy taking her, of course, and enjoying the time with her and having fun. Pretty much what happened was my wife Lisa has to go do some meetings, so I'm watching her today. So instead of staying at home or, her bugging me to play all day long, I figured we'd just go to Six Flags and just do a thing out of it. But any event, I gotta get out of here, guys. Iron Fist Season 2, I will cover the new trailer next week. Just a little tidbit, though. New episodes come out September 7th. I have watched the trailer. It does get me excited for it, but I'm gonna go into more detail next week. Until then, guys, go read some comics. If you're in the Austin area, check out the Ninja Turtles gallery. That's going to be going on for the next week. And then, of course, anything that you want to talk about, hit me up on the Facebook group, Twitter account, or dayspringdiscussions@gmail.com. You can find me personally, Slim Dayspring 12 on Instagram and Twitter. And that's it, guys. Until next time, may the Force be with us all.